friends, welcome back. Today we will develop a login form in Java using Swing technology. So this is a login page. So you can customize the login page, but the mandatory fields in the login page will be text field for receiving username and text field for receiving the password and the login button. Okay, apart from this, you can actually improvise it by adding some labels, some icons and all that. So here in welcome to Java class by Sudha is a label, username is a label, password is a label, and there is an associated text field for username and password field for password. And show password, there is a small square over there near show password, which is a checkbox, and then there are two buttons which are login button and reset button. Okay, so we'll there is event handling associated with this login page, simple event handling. I'll write even that event handling in the code. Okay, and finally I'll show you the output with event handling in the login page. Okay, so let us get started writing program. So I'm importing a package which is import java.awt.event.star because there is event handling associated. Then I imported another package which is import javax.swing.star because I'm using Swing components. All the Swing components will be available in this package which is javax.swing. And then the class name is login demo. Which implements action listener because the event that buttons generate is action event, and also the checkbox also generates action event. So that's why implements action listener. Action listener is an interface. There is only one method in action listener which is action performed. So you have to implement action performed in this program. So I have given the main method. So inside the main method, okay, so I'm launching my GUI, okay, on the EDT. So I explained all this when I created the frame. So if you haven't watched JFrame video of mine, I'll give the link in the description box. Please watch that because you need to understand frame before understanding this login form. So I need a frame. So I said JFrame F, which is an top container. Then I have typed in J label. So I need three labels as you have seen. One is welcome to Java class by Sudha, and the other one is for username, and the other one is for password. J label is a passive control which is non-editable text on the GUI. And I need one text field. So I have named it as U1. And I need one password field. I named it as P1. And I need two buttons, one for login and the other for reset. So I said L comma R. Then I need a checkbox, so which is C. Now this is a constructor which is login demo constructor. Inside this I'll be creating frame wherein I said F is equal to new JFrame. You can also give titles and all that. I'm not doing all that. I'm concentrating on the login page. So then I'm setting the size of the frame 300 by 300. Then I'm setting the visibility to true. Set visible true. Okay, I am setting the layout of the frame to be null because I will be manually positioning the components. By default, the layout manager of the frame is border layout, so I don't want the border layout, so I have set it to null. And now I am setting the close options of the frame. Now I am creating the components. So I am creating the label. So I said u is equal to new j label, and I am writing whatever text that I wanted to display, so which is username. So next I'll be saying p is equal to new j label, which will be password. So now I am creating the text field. So I said u1 is equal to new j text field, and I'm setting the number of columns in the text field, which is 20. In the similar way, I am creating j password field. I am saying p1 is equal to new j password field, and I am again setting the number of columns to be 20. Now I am creating the buttons. So L is equal to new j button, and the text on the button will be login, and R is equal to new j button, and the text on the button will be reset. Now I am creating the checkbox. C is equal to new j checkbox, which reads show password. Now I am creating the welcome label. See, as I said, like I have made the layout to be null. So I am manually positioning it by using the method which is called as set bounds. The set bounds method will be taking 4 attributes. The first 2 parameters will be the x and y positioning of the component, and 400, the next 2 are the width and height. Okay, so when I said str.setBounds, so I meant to say that the text, whichever I said welcome to Java class by Sudha, I want it to appear from the coordinates 50, 80, where 50 is the x axis and 80 is the y axis. You can also understand that upper left corner is 0, 0, and your horizontal is x and vertical is y. And then I want the labels width to be 400 and height to be 100. In the similar way, I am setting the bounds of the other components. Here, whenever you are deciding on the coordinates, be very careful. So you need to do prior work about the positioning of your components. So after that only you can use your set bounds. I want my welcome text and then the username and password to come exactly in one single line. So that's why you can see that all are positioned at x coordinates 50, 50, 50. Okay, so you can see that. Except for the welcome label, rest of all the components width and height I made it 100, 30. Okay, so this set bounds is actually used for manually positioning the components on your frame. So I finished with the set bounds. Now I'm adding them to the frame. So add all the components to the frame. So you needn't follow the sequence, okay, because you already used the set bounds method to position them. You can give in any order. You can give the buttons first, and then the labels, and then the text fields, and again the labels and the checkbox. It doesn't matter. Okay, I added all the components now to the frame. Now it's time for the event handling. So you have to register the buttons and the checkbox with the action listener. So this is the registration process. So I said L dot, okay, so add action listener this. So I'm adding action listener for R also. R is the reset button, and then for the checkbox, and also for the checkbox. Okay, fine. So now I'll be writing the action performed method. So there is only one method in action listener, so one abstract method. So if you are implementing action listener, you have to override this action performed method. So public void action performed, which will be giving you the object action event object. So I said e dot, if e dot get source, this get source method will give the reference of the component. So e dot get source is equal to L, which means that it is login. So whenever the user clicks on the login button, so check with the username and the password. If the username and password are same as I am typing now, then I will show a dialog which will read as login successful. Else it will say wrong credentials, try again. Okay, so for that, to extract the text, I'm using the method. So u1 is the text field of the username. So u1 dot get text method will extract the text that is typed by the user in the text field. And I'm saying I'm using, I can simply use equals, but I'm also using equals ignore case because username can be typed in whatever format, in upper or lower case or in camel case. So I just want to take the meaning of the word irrespective of the case. So I'm saying Sudha. If the username is Sudha and if the password is SVECW, and if both matches, so see that in the middle I have given a logical and there. So both matching is important. If one doesn't match, then wrong credentials, because there is a logical and. Both conditions should be true. Okay, so I am showing a dialog, and this dialog is J option pane dot show message dialog. So which will be taking two arguments. The first argument is the parent container, and the parent container is frame over here, and then the message, the string that the dialog box should be displaying. So the option pane will be displaying login successful. Okay, else if username and password, like I said, Sudha and SVCW, if any one is not matching or if there are spelling mistakes or something like that, then it will come to the else part. So wherein I'm again showing a dialog which will read as wrong credentials, try again. Okay, so this is when the user presses on the login button. Okay, so now we'll see what will happen, how to handle the event when the user clicks on the reset button. Okay, so again I'm saying e dot get source is equal to R. Okay, so this is my if block. Inside the if block I'm saying u1 dot set text. Okay, so and I'm setting it to nothing. Okay, right. So this will clear the text field, the text in the text field, and also this will clear the text in the password field. Okay, so whenever the user clicks on the reset button, this action will be performed. And now when the user clicks selects the checkbox, there are two options for the checkbox: select and deselect. Okay, so when the user is selecting it, it is check and uncheck. Okay, so if it is checkbox, again there are two states. So inside the if, there will be again if and else to decide whether it is selected or not selected. Okay, so checkbox event is generated, action event is generated, but which kind of event is generated? It is selected or not selected. So for that I am using is selected method, which will return true if it is selected, if it is checked, and false if it is not selected. Okay, so I'm using set echo char method, and I'm setting it to null. Okay, and I can also say char of 0 also, but I'm not using that. I'm showing you another method. Okay, so so actually this unicode 0 will actually I mean it will deselect. Okay, so this set echo carry, which will remove this set echo char. Okay, else I am setting the echo char to asterisk or star. By default, the password field character will be a period. Okay, but I'm setting it to star inside the action performed. So I'm saving. So that's it, friends. That's a code with event handling. So now I have saved the program as login demo.java. Okay, we'll compile the program. So I said Java C. I opened the command prompt and I'm saying Java C login demo.java. Oops. Okay, so okay, I forgot to give a semicolon after this option pane. Okay, so okay, fine, now it should work. Okay, so we'll recompile it again, save and recompile. Java C login demo.java. Okay, well, fine, so I'll execute it. So I'll say Java login demo. Okay, friends, so this is your login form. Okay, so you can see everything is very well organized because you have manually positioned them, so that you can see that W, U, P and the login button all are at 50 of the x-axis. Okay, and I have given the username as Sudha, and then I'm giving the password. So first I'll give the proper credentials and will show you each and every component's action. Okay, so since the credentials are correct, so there is a dialog opened and it is saying login successful. So now I'll show you the action of the reset. Okay, so this Sudha and the password should disappear. Okay, so I'll show you the other part of if. Okay, right. So now it will tell me that wrong credentials, try again. Okay, fine. Okay, reset button will clear it, as I said. So it cleared the text in the text field and the password field. Now I'll show you this echo char. So you can observe that by default it is period. The echo char is period. Okay, so initially it is unchecked. Now I checked it. So what happened? The password is visible. Okay, so the echo char is not set. So when I deselected it, the echo char is set to asterisk because I have mentioned it in the code. Okay, well, friends, this is how you create a basic login page using